This is LaToya Thompson, Mississippi Democratic Party Voter Protection Director, to talk with you about House Bill 1521. Mississippi Democratic Party Voter Protection is a collaboration between the Mississippi Democratic Party and Fair Fight in cooperation with the Democratic National Committee to expand access to voting and provide a program of voter education, outreach, and intervention to elect Democratic candidates, including Joe Biden for president, Mike Espy for Senate, Congressman Benny Thompson, and others. We have recently had an expansion of voting access via House Bill 1521. This bill amends absentee voting deadlines and procedures. House Bill 1521 is a response to O'Neill versus Hoseman, a lawsuit filed by the Mississippi NAACP and several individuals on November 21, 2018, in court in Jackson. Plaintiffs argued that they could not complete the procedures required by Mississippi's absentee ballot law within Mississippi's 3-week runoff period, and thus they were denied the ability to vote absentee in the November 27, 2018 runoff election between Cindy Hyde-Smith and Mike Espy. This bill, House Bill 1521, went into effect on Wednesday, July 8, 2020. There are several categories of changes in the bill: deadlines, the addition of a disability, the counting of ballots, ballot rejection, and ballot application. There's a permanent change with respect to deadlines, and it deals with mail-in ballots. Formerly, mail-in ballots had to be received by the circuit clerk by 5 p.m. the day before the election. House Bill 1521 changes that and extends the deadline. Now mail-in ballots must be postmarked on or before Election Day and received by the circuit clerk within 5 business days after the election. There's also a temporary change with respect to in-person voting. Due to COVID this year, during 2020, the in-person voting deadline has been extended from noon until 5 p.m. on the Saturday before the election, which is October 31st, 2020. There's also a disability addition to the category of temporarily disabled persons. Under Mississippi absentee law, only certain categories of people are considered absent electors and can therefore vote absentee, which means they can cast a vote in a manner other than by going inside the polling place and casting a vote on Election Day. Persons with temporary physical disabilities may vote absentee, and they are persons who, because of such disability, are unable to vote in person without substantial hardship to themselves or others, or whose attendance at the voting place could reasonably cause danger to themselves or others. This temporary change under House Bill 1521 allows people to check the absentee excuse of temporary physical disability if they are physician-imposed quarantine or are caring for a temporarily disabled dependent under physician-imposed quarantine. Both of these excuses must be due to COVID-19, and both only apply during the year 2020. Temporarily physically disabled persons may vote absentee in person or by mail. There's also changes with respect to counting, and these are permanent. So formerly, absentee ballots were delivered to poll workers in each precinct to be counted after the polls closed on Election Day, but now absentee ballots will remain in the circuit clerk's office to be counted by the resolution board established already in law in Section 23-15-523. Additionally, under House Bill 1521, absentee votes count as final votes. A person can no longer cast an absentee vote and then vote at the poll, voiding their absentee vote. Under House Bill 1521, when polls open, the resolution board will examine the ballots received by 7 p.m. the day before Election Day for acceptance or rejection. Then, when the polls close, the resolution board will count the accepted absentee ballots. The results of this count will be added to the number of votes cast in the polling places on Election Day, and then the total will be announced on Election Day. The absentee mail-in votes received by the circuit clerk after 7 p.m. the day before the Election Day will be examined and counted by the resolution board sometime later, and those results will be announced after the 5 business day period. Now, there's also a change in House Bill 1521, or multiple changes, concerning ballot rejection, and these changes are permanent. So the clerk had to notify a voter their absentee ballot was rejected because a required affidavit was insufficient, or election officials found that the absentee voter was otherwise disqualified to vote. House Bill 1521 adds that for all absentee votes received by mail, when a ballot is rejected because the ballot envelope contains more than one ballot, the circuit clerk will promptly notify the voter of such rejection. Additionally, a new requirement in 1521 mandates that the circuit clerk provide all absentee voters with written information to inform the voter how to ascertain whether their ballot was rejected and the reason for rejection. So when you get your absentee ballot and the circuit clerk mails that to you, for example, if you're voting by mail, they have to include some written information about how to learn the status of your ballot. Another category of change has to do with the runoff ballot application. Under former law, voters had to submit an application for each election: general election, primary election, special election, and runoff elections. House Bill 1521 adds to the absentee application form the option to select to receive an absentee ballot for the runoff election along with your general election ballot or primary election ballot or special election ballot, which cuts out the requirement to request a ballot. Additionally, House Bill 1521 provides that if the voter has not requested a runoff ballot on the initial absentee ballot application, upon request for a runoff ballot, the circuit clerk will mail both the absentee ballot application and the absentee ballot to the absent voter for the runoff election. So now that you know about the changes in HB 1521, what can you do? You can get involved. You can join us in voter protection. Sign up at www.msdpvoterprotection.com. Join our Facebook group, follow us on Twitter, help us get the word out about VotePro, help us to recruit others. Email us any questions at voterprotection@MississippiDemocrats.org and call our voter protection hotline and tell your friends about it. The number is 855-443-3020. Thank you. And know that collectively we can protect tens of thousands of votes in Mississippi. So sign up today at www.msdpvoterprotection.com and email us if you have any questions. Thank you.